Hello, real estate agents. We know that one of the number one things that we have to do is generate leads. And we get this question to me or amongst our groups all the time, which is, I need more leads. How do I generate more leads? And then it's, how do I convert more leads? Where do I start? How do I, if I'm new, like, where do I start building my leads? Which ones are the best ones? Or if I'm an experienced agent, hey, I hear you getting more leads. Like, where are your leads coming from? And so there's so much chatter and real life situations about us really needing to make sure that we're on top of our game with generating leads, that I really wanted to kind of hone in on a few things that are important to think about first, and then layer on, okay, where am I going to get the leads from next? So let's talk about the first part. When we're real estate agents, like, we are marketing ourselves, right? So it doesn't matter like if you're an introvert or an extrovert, we still need to realize that we are marketing ourselves. And the other thing about real estate is that we want to end up at a place where, in a perfect world, quite honestly, let's work with all the people that we know, like, and trust, that know, like, and trust us, right? It would be great if you never had to do another cold call and people just came to you for listings and sales, and that's where we want to be. In order for us to get to that point, there's always a starting point, and then there's growth, right? So that means that we have to become an expert. We need to know how to have a conversation. So one of the things that's really important when we talk about real estate lead generation is that we want to be like armed and ready, like, no matter where we go or where we don't go. So if we're on the phone and we are going to do cold calls, we need to be able to say, hey, how's the market? And have a conversation. If we're out at a friend's event, people are going to say, how's the market? Have that real estate conversation. If you are, getting interested in certain hobbies, you're out at a sporting event, we need to be able to be really comfortable and conversational with that. So I would encourage you to make sure that, like, every single month you're going to your local board, you're looking at the real estate websites and knowing, like, what's going on with the sales, what's the average days on market, what's the interest rates doing, because this will increase our confidence when we can answer this question, like, every single time. So again, no matter if you're new or experienced, like, becoming that go-to expert is going to make it so that you're like, you have to talk to Kim, you need to talk to John, like, that guy, like, knows everything about, this particular market. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk to you about is the ability to make sure that you're adding value. Like, nobody really likes to be salesy. I don't like to be salesy, and I come off not being salesy because I understand real estate. And if you're new, getting to start out, then again, these are places you can start. But then also you want to make sure that you're, like, adding value, right? So we always call, like, we're calling around to the people that we know that we've sold houses to, the people that are in our database, or just like our friends and family, saying, hey, I've got a network of professionals that, are out doing our landscaping right now. Or, I saw this cool stuff with some kitchens, by the way, if you ever need a granite, like, I love my granite guy. And so being a person that's adding value will also bring you top of mind without being cheesy, right? I mean, let's face it, like, we are our service. We need to market ourselves, and we don't want to just be there with our hand out, like, give me, right? And so that's the other thing about generating leads, is that you want to be able to go to them and then have them come back to you and say, you know what, you helped me out, and that will give you more business in the long run. The other thing is that go develop your leads, go develop this network. So if you don't have the granite person, like I just mentioned, or electricians or landscapers or mortgage people and title people, but go meet those local business professionals, even restaurants, and start to share with them, like, hey, I want to have some go-to people, and I want to refer them to you. And oh, by the way, I'd like for you to refer them to me. If somebody's sprucing up their yards, think about me, and create these relationships. Okay, so super important to know the market, to just to have conversations, to add value, and then think about, like, what is it that you would want them to think about you for? So is there a niche that you want to do? So for example, we've worked our ways into, how to maximize your home value. And that includes, like, downsizing and all of these things, because typically people buy and sell at the same time with us. That's something we specialize in. But that came from working with people and improving their houses. And let's face it, like, all those HGTV shows, like, I don't watch them all the time because I'm in construction my whole life, but they are very helpful. And so is there a niche area that you want to market into, like waterfront or new construction, and then go know those communities, like go into the waterfront and then, take the video camera out and say, hey, I'm checking out these new construction homes, or go to the new builders and say, hey, I'd love to market your homes, and start building these relationships, right? So again, then you're going to become more comfortable that you're like, you know what, I saw that house on the water over there, or I saw those new construction properties over there, or this builder, or that neighborhood, right? And so these, again, are all real estate lead generating related, so that when you have that person in front of you, you can close the deal. Now, let's talk about the other thing, which is adding people into your sphere. This sphere is people that you know, like, and trust. And that is really, really important, right? So whether you start out with pen and paper, you're brand new, or you're already more advanced and you're using a CRM system, then you still need to start with writing people's names down or figuring out where those leads are going to come from, right? And so there's a trigger list that you can use. First of all, your phone, right? Get your phone out, look at the names, look at the people that you know, and start writing their names down, getting the phone numbers out, and then having more columns that start to add like their email and their addresses and such like that. And if you don't have a template like that and you would like one, click in the links below and we'll go ahead and send you a copy of ours, okay? So again, click the link below and we'll be happy to send you ours, because that's where you need to also start to add, like, if you want to do $150,000 a year in gross commission, then if you're thinking about that as a new agent or an experienced agent, accelerating and adding more money to your pocket, then it comes down to math. So you need to start like adding people in there, knowing how many people you need to talk to, and building that list up so that you can actually close, 15, 20, 30 deals a year to get to that 150,000, right? So it's this cumulative effect that says, I need to be able to talk about the market. I need to be able to feel comfortable to have a conversation. I can feel comfortable to have a conversation because I'm adding value. And then I'm going to maybe think about a niche, right? A generalist tends to not make as much money as a person who niches down. So decide, is there something that you really like? Are you going to work with investors? Do you like waterfront? Do you like horse country? Do you like city? Do you like condos? Do you like new construction? And then really kind of target the messaging there. That's the other part about this, is that having your brand, right? So now that you can talk about it, you can go think about the areas that you know, like, and feel comfortable with. Then you can start to have the conversations. Then you can start to do messaging out and just start to brand yourself as an expert real estate agent. And that's how you really start to dominate real estate lead generation. It doesn't matter then if you do videos or you do cold calling or you do door knocking. If you go stale in front of people, if you don't add value, you don't know how to have a conversation, and you don't market yourself and get your brand out there, it doesn't really matter, right? So those are the things that I want you to think about. Those are the best real estate lead generation thoughts and foundations. And then you can capitalize on all of them to like skyrocket your success. So again, if you found this helpful, do me a favor, give me the thumbs up, and please do subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, please comment below. If you'd like to get the templates, comment below. And if you'd like to jump into some of our Boss Agent real estate trading, do me a favor and go ahead and click the link below and set up that free 15-minute conversation, and we can talk about what's best for you. And if you'd like to talk about joining our team and getting all the training for free, there's a link down there too.